Greetings to all. We will discuss the causes, effects, current situation, and other important information about the global cost of living crisis in today's video. Let's get today's video started right away. The basic causes of the cost of living crisis are excessive inflation and slow wage growth. Realistically, many homes are left worse off. Short-term causes have made the crisis worse, but long-term tendencies like poor productivity growth and rising corporate market power are what are putting pressure on living standards. As a result of household expenditure reductions during the COVID epidemic, inflation declined. Two things happened once the limits were relaxed in 2021. Since households were free to spend their accumulated epidemic savings, aggregate demand significantly increased. However, businesses were not equipped to handle the spike in demand. Businesses had reduced investment and laid off workers. Additionally, there were problems with the global supply chain as a result of China's ongoing lockdowns, such as a major scarcity of containers. As a result, as demand increased in 2021-22, there were also supply constraints, which led to an increase in price. Demand pull inflation, extra demand, and cost push inflation together accounted for the inflation of late 2021, rising costs. A fresh supply shock brought on by the Russian invasion of Ukraine spiked prices for food, fuel, oil, and gas just as post-COVID supply chain issues were beginning to be handled. That only made the initial issues much worse. Oil prices normally increase at the beginning of wars as nations rush to purchase more, but supply was also constrained by Russian sanctions. The invasion and blockade of Ukraine by Russia have also resulted in a severe global shortage of wheat, sunflower oil, and maize, pushing up prices globally. The disturbing trend of increased market concentration in several markets during the past few decades. As a result, there is less competition, which is matched by an increase in many enterprises' profitability. As a result, profit push inflation is another reason why prices are rising. A worldwide phenomenon, rising inflation can be found in the US and Europe, though still low in parts of Asia. However, the UK's inflation rate is rather high due to the slow growth rate. This is partially a result of Brexit's impact. Rising import prices are specifically a result of the pound's fall in value. Additionally, Brexit increased the cost of conducting business in Europe and was a factor in the subpar productivity growth. The UK has endured weak economic growth and low productivity growth since the Great Recession of 2009. It is very challenging to enable large growth in real salaries and real earnings in this environment of low productivity. The government's financial position has also been impacted by the low productivity, necessitating an increase in taxation to pay for public services. Interest rates have been nearly zero since 2009, a symptom of sluggish growth, secular stagnation, and apprehension about private sector investment. Low interest rates have been employed to encourage economic expansion. However, central banks are beginning to raise interest rates as a result of the inflation rate reaching 9%. The expense of living will be more impacted by higher interest rates in the coming months. The fact that the impact on low-income people is proportionately bigger is another problem with the cost of living dilemma. They have a lot less space for maneuver because a big percentage of their money is spent on necessities. The cost of living problem is also having a greater impact on the most vulnerable since these vital goods, food, electricity, and heating, have witnessed the highest price increases. The economy's long-term structural issue is also reflected in the above inflation growth in housing and rental costs. Two key causes have been responsible for rising home prices. Due to a lack of supply in contrast to rising demand in an environment of extremely low interest rates, purchasing a home with a mortgage is reasonably affordable. Because of these two variables, home prices have increased, increasing the proportion of first-time buyers' income that goes toward their mortgage payments. Rents have been steadily increasing for individuals who are unable to climb the property ladder. For tax revenue, inflation is advantageous. Increased tax income is a result of inflation, which also helps the country's budget invisibly. In the UK, significant tax reductions are anticipated. Despite the bleak long-term outlook, a pre-election giveaway is to be expected. Additionally, real wage growth was observed in 2021 as nominal earnings significantly recovered following the COVID epidemic. Whether this actual wage growth will resume is unknown. And that's it for today. Smash the like button if you enjoyed today's video and do subscribe to our channel. For more updates, hit the notification bell. See you all in the next video.